Hey everybody, my name is Julian Routh. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Duquesne Duke, and we're here today with another edition of the Duke Roundtable discussing a pretty serious topic. First, I'm going to introduce my panelists. To my right is Rebekah Devorak, our Opinions Editor. How are you doing today, Rebekah?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing very well. And to my left is Joe Guzy, cultural enthusiast and photo editor for the Duke. How are you, Joe?
Not too bad.
So this Sunday, we're here to talk about the Oscars, first of all. This Sunday is the Oscars, and there's a pretty big diversity problem when it comes to the major award shows. In the Oscars, you had 20 all-white acting nominees, which sparked a hashtag #OscarsSoWhite. This isn't a new phenomenon by any means. This has been happening for a couple years now. People have been complaining about it. But this year, actors have threatened to boycott the event, including Will Smith, who actually had one of the best movies in the year, in my opinion, in Concussion, and Spike Lee, the famous film director, won't be attending either. Joe, I'm going to start with you. Do you actually think that a lot of good movies and actors did get snubbed this year and sort of like this diversity problem that the Oscars have?
Yeah, definitely, and especially speaking of Will Smith in Concussion for sure, Michael B. Jordan in Creed, Spike Lee's Chirac too, as well as the young cast of Straight Outta Compton. Those films aren't going to be recognized probably, and definitely none of the actors aren't, as they are not even nominated.
The Academy is trying to take steps towards fixing this problem. They said they're going to double down on their diversity push and also end the guaranteed lifelong voting rights for the Academy. Rebekah, do you think that's enough?
You know what? I don't think that it is, because there's no programs in place to bring in more women and more men and women of ethnical diversity here. The Academy in 2015 was 89% male, 84% white. Most of them were over 60. So there's nothing to say that, okay, once these old guys just get, kicked out of the Academy, that a train isn't going to come and replace them.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to read you guys both a quote here. It's from the Boston Globe's Ty Burr. Quote, "The underlying issue is what kinds of movies and performances are considered awards-worthy, and who sets the conversation. By contrast, if a film has actors of color and doesn't teach a lesson or taste like medicine, it has trouble becoming part of the conversation." He's basically saying that black actors get recognized when they make movies about the black experience. Rebekah, what do you make of that?
Honestly, it's a shame that talented actors can't get recognized for the movies that they make, no matter what kind of movie it is, no matter what kind of background that it is. And if, they don't go act in these kind of movies, like 12 Years a Slave, they just get pushed under the rug, and that's not fair.
Yeah, that is a problem, and I think the Grammys are also having a very similar problem. In 2014, there was the famous Macklemore winning over Kendrick Lamar and then texting him afterwards an apology for beating a very, I would say, superior album in Good Kid, Mad City. And then Kendrick gets snubbed again this year. And then last year, we also had Iggy Azalea win in the rap category. So Taylor Swift winning this year, beating out Kendrick, all of these things. Do the Grammys have a diversity problem?
Yeah, definitely, especially when you see this year Taylor Swift winning again. And very similar to the Macklemore case, you had Taylor Swift go over to Kendrick as she's going to get the award and, give him a little congratulations after beating out such a good album. But it definitely says something when you have someone like Taylor Swift winning twice, or you have Macklemore last year. And I think it means something, too, when you have Taylor Swift going up to the microphone and saying she should be a role model for diversity and young women when she's just a white artist going up there who comes from an upper class upbringing. And I think, who do young black males turn to? Who do young black females turn to if they're aspiring artists?
Yeah, especially if they believe they cannot get the recognition that they rightfully deserve. I mean, there is a laundry list of good films, good albums that are awards worthy to me. It's not just because you want to push diversity, but it's because they are just, I think, far better in quality. Now, Rebekah, what do you think can be done to fix the problem, especially at the Grammys?
Honestly, I think that the voters need to take appreciation of the talent that these artists have that populate these music genres, because they really are deserving of these awards and they're not being picked for it. I mean, you can't tell me that Iggy Azalea is the best rapper when she had to cancel her tour because she couldn't sell tickets and she couldn't get somebody to headline her act. So
yeah,
I think that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, especially in the rap category itself, which is a genre that has been so laden with great black albums. And then you do have these snubs with especially Macklemore and Iggy Azalea. Joe, do you have anything to add to that? I mean, what do you think can be done to fix this problem at the Grammys or the Oscars?
I think it just goes along with what Rebekah's saying, is they just have to actually be recognized for what they're doing. And I think especially when there's so many issues in our world today regarding this, I mean, Kendrick's talking about police brutality, the issue of race, he's talking about politics, and he's doing it in a very fluid way that's easy for people to understand. And I think when an artist is that vocal about something in that sort of way, that it needs to be recognized.
And if he did get recognized, what do you think that would really do? I mean, what do you think the effect would be? It would be massive.
Yeah, and I definitely think that it would make headlines saying that Kendrick did beat someone out like Taylor Swift, who's selling millions of albums and selling out football stadiums, and Kendrick is doing smaller tours, sort of kind of stuff like that. And I think it would be really big if, I mean, same thing with Macklemore and everything like that. If you have people that are playing these super big gigs and everything that are super big in the industry with all these crowds and everything, and you have someone who's speaking a better message, winning, I think that says a lot.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to that?
I think that pretty much covers it. You know, if people are really angry, then they should just stop watching, because as soon as views tank, they'll really want to take a look into it and fix it.
Are you guys going to watch the Oscars this weekend?
Probably not.
No, I was going to say this. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. I did watch last year to really see what all the fuss was about, and I watched all of the Oscar-winning films, and it really is the whitest possible thing in this country right now. It's really shocking to me because of how many great films that we've mentioned today, how many great albums, and hopefully what the Academy has done will strike some sort of progress in both award shows. Thank you guys very much for talking with me today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for the Duke Roundtable.